All right, this is it. It all comes down to this. You've got two bitter rivals, one final game to settle the score for the season, and a ticket to the Super Bowl hanging in the balance. We're talking the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams for the NFC crown. Man, this is going to be an epic showdown, so let's break it all down. An entire season of blood, sweat, and just unbelievable effort has led both of these teams right here, to this exact moment. For one of them, the dream keeps going. For the other, the season ends in absolute heartbreak. I mean, the stakes just could not be any higher. Hey, welcome to NFL Nexus. This is the spot where we dive deep into the matchups that really matter. So as we get into this breakdown, if you're a fan of in-depth football analysis, do me a favor. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and go ahead and hit that like button. And hey, I want to know what you're thinking right from the jump. Drop your prediction in the comments below. Who's winning this thing, the Seahawks or the Rams? We have got a packed game plan for today. We're going to break down every single angle of this matchup. We'll kick things off with the rivalry itself, then zoom in on what might be the biggest story of the game, Sam Darnold's quest for redemption. After that, we'll uncover some secret superstars who could decide the whole thing, analyze the critical injuries, and then finally, we'll get down to it and figure out who has the edge. Let's get into it. So this isn't just any playoff game, right? This is the climax of a brutal, season-long war between two teams that know each other's playbooks inside and out. They've already gone at it twice this year, splitting the series one apiece. And both games were absolute down-to-the-wire nail-biters, decided by just one score. Now, they meet for the third and final time. It just doesn't get bigger than this. The NFC crown and a trip to the Super Bowl are the ultimate prizes. At the very heart of this entire contest is the story of one player, Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold has a nemesis in this league, it is, without a single doubt, the Los Angeles Rams. His performance on Sunday? It's probably going to write the final chapter of Seattle's entire season. You can just hear the focus in his voice there. Darnold is trying so hard to treat this like it's just another game, trusting the process that got them here. But come on, everyone knows the pressure is absolutely immense. He's not just playing for a shot at the Super Bowl, he's playing to finally conquer the one team that has consistently been his kryptonite. Man, this timeline right here perfectly captures the wild roller coaster that is Sam Darnold versus the Rams defense. For the longest time, they have just absolutely owned him. I mean, go back to last year's playoffs when he was with Minnesota, a brutal loss where they sacked him a staggering 9 times. Then, fast forward to Week 11 this season, a complete meltdown with 4 interceptions. It really looked like the same old story. But then, Week 16 happened. Down 16 points in the fourth quarter, something just clicked. Darnold puts together one of the most incredible comebacks of the entire year, sealing it in overtime. That one game proved he can beat this demon. So the multi-million-dollar question is, which Sam Darnold is going to show up on Sunday? The one who crumbles or the one who rises to the occasion? And as if facing his personal nemesis wasn't enough of a challenge, Darnold is also heading into this game at less than 100%. He's battling an oblique injury that he tweaked in practice just last week. So the physical challenge here is every bit as big as the mental one. So for those who might not know, an oblique injury is a strain to those core muscles along the side of your torso. For a quarterback, this is a total nightmare. Every single throw requires this powerful rotation of the core, and an injury there can just sabotage your velocity, your accuracy, your follow-through, everything. You can bet the Rams' defensive game plan is going to involve trying to hit him to test that injury early and often. Head coach Mike McDonald already said they're limiting Darnold's reps in practice to manage the pain. This is a massive variable heading into Sunday. Now, while all the spotlights are going to be on the quarterbacks, games of this magnitude are so often won in the trenches. These are the battles that don't always make the highlight reels, but are absolutely critical. For Football Focus recently pointed out a secret superstar for each team, an unsung hero whose performance could really ultimately decide this game. For the Seahawks, that player is edge rusher Derek Hall. And for the Rams, in a really fascinating twist, it's former Seahawk defensive tackle Poona Ford. Yeah, Ford spent his first 5 seasons in Seattle, so there's going to be some extra motivation there. He knows their guys, he knows their blocking schemes, and you better believe he's going to be looking to prove they made a huge mistake letting him walk. Okay, let's start with Seattle's Derek Hall. That's 16.7% you're looking at. That's his pressure rate, the best on the entire Seahawks roster. Now, to put that in perspective for you, that's sniffing around the territory of some of the league's truly elite pass rushers. It means on nearly 1 out of every 6 pass plays, he is in the quarterback's face. And he's not just a one-trick pony either. PFF graded him above 70 in both run defense and pass rush. This guy is a true 3-down weapon. He is the engine of that Seattle D-line. Now let's flip it to his counterpart, Poona Ford. That 88.1, that's his overall PFF grade, which makes him the highest graded defender on a star-studded Rams defense. Seriously, he has arguably been one of the best value free agent signings in the entire league. He's an old-school run-stuffing menace right in the middle of that line. Nearly a quarter of his snaps against the run result in a clear win for the defense. So against a Seattle team that is going to want to establish the run to protect Darnold, Ford is the ultimate disruptor. So, here's the crucial point. While all eyes are going to be on Matthew Stafford and Sam Darnold, the real battle, the game within the game, might just be between Derek Hall and Poona Ford. Whichever one of these secret superstars can dominate their matchups and really control the line of scrimmage could very well be the one who sends their team to the Super Bowl. It's such a fascinating subplot to this whole game. All right, before we get to our injury report and our final predictions, just a quick word from us here at NFL Nexus. We're a pretty small channel, and producing this kind of deep dive content is really a labor of love for us. So if you'd like to support what we do, we've just launched a new line of NFL-themed coloring books. They're perfect for kids, grandkids, or, hey, even for adults just looking for a fun way to relax. You can find them by using the link that's in the description below or by scanning the QR code right here on your screen. Every little bit really helps us continue to make these deep dives. Thanks so much for your support. Now let's get back to the action. All right, thanks for that. Now back to the matchup. A deep playoff run isn't just about talent. It's a war of attrition. Seriously, the health of a team in late January is absolutely critical. And when we look at the injury reports for these two rivals, the contrast is, well, it's stark, and it could be decisive. This slide right here basically illustrates the mountain that Seattle has to climb. First off, losing Zach Charbonnet is a huge blow to their ground game. He was their go-to guy at the goal line with 12 touchdowns. But the flashing red light, the 5-alarm fire, is at left tackle. The starter, Charles Cross, is questionable. The backup, Josh Jones, is questionable. The third-string rookie, Amari Kite, is also questionable. This means they could be facing the Rams' ferocious pass rush with their fourth-string tackle protecting Sam Darnold's blind side. That's not just a disadvantage, that is a potential game wrecker. Now just compare that to the Rams. They are coming into this game remarkably healthy. The only players who missed any practice time this week were safety Quentin Lake with an illness and linebacker Byron Young with a knee issue, but guess what? Both are expected to play. This is a massive, massive advantage for Los Angeles at the most important time of the year. Okay, so we've broken down the narratives, we've found the secret weapons, we've looked at the war of attrition. Now let's put it all together. What does each team need to do to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl? Let's look at the keys to victory. So when you really boil it all down, the paths to victory are pretty clear. For Seattle, it all starts with one monumental task. Somehow, someway, protect Sam Darnold. Their entire game plan hinges on it. And defensively, Derek Hall has to be a game wrecker. On the other side, the Rams' path seems a whole lot smoother. They have the league's top-ranked offense, averaging nearly 400 yards a game, and their job is simple. Let Matthew Stafford cook. Defensively, their job is even simpler. Attack, attack, attack that decimated Seattle offensive line. And the ultimate X factor? The return of Davante Adams, the league leader in receiving touchdowns who was out for their last game. That is a massive weapon the Seahawks haven't had to deal with yet. And you can just feel the motivation in this quote from Davante Adams. He had to sit and watch that Week 16 comeback loss from the sideline. He knows his presence completely changes everything for their offense. The Rams feel like they let one get away in Seattle last time, and they are coming in absolutely laser-focused on, as he says, finishing it off. So that's where we stand. A battered but resilient Seahawks team playing at home, led by a quarterback facing his own personal demons. And against them stands a healthy, high-powered Rams team that has been battle-tested on the road. Is this the moment Sam Darnold finally writes his redemption story, or does the Rams' dominant playoff run continue all the way to the Super Bowl? I want to hear your final call in the comments. Thanks for watching NFL Nexus.